Hi guys, I'm BK. In this video, we're going to learn about argocd. If you are new to argocd, this video will definitely help you. In this video, we're going to do a hands-on on how to install argocd in local and how to integrate argocd with your Kubernetes cluster and Git. Okay, let's get started. Firstly, what is argocd? Argocd. So CD is nothing but continuous deployment or continuous delivery. So argocd is a tool which is using for continuous deployment or continuous delivery. Okay, so argocd is a GitOps tool. What does GitOps mean? In Kubernetes, there are many components there. How to create the container, how to create the pod in Kubernetes? By using deployment.yml file, we can create the pod in Kubernetes. Okay, if we manage this deployment.yml file on Git, this is called GitOps. Okay, once you manage this deployment.yml file, then this I'll show you. So this is your Git. Okay, so where you manage your deployment.yml file. Now argocd. So argocd is a tool which is using for deployment. Okay, here argocd I will integrate with this Git. Okay, then this argocd will be integrate with cluster K8s Kubernetes. Okay, now if any changes, if any image changes happening in this deployment.yml file, what will happen? Or any configuration file changes happening in this Git repository, what will happen? This changes will automatically get by this argocd, and the argocd will deploy this changes to Kubernetes. So this is called GitOps. I hope you guys understand this concept. What does this GitOps mean? So when we talk about this argocd, we should know about what is GitOps as well. So that is why I am explaining this GitOps. Okay, now we're going to install argocd. In this video, we're going to do a hands-on. What we're going to do is, so this is our Git. So inside the Git, there is a repository called argocd. So there I'm managing my deployment.yml file and service.yml file. And if any changes happening in this deployment.yml file, what I need to do, what I want to fetch. This argocd will fetch this changes from this Git and deploy the changes in Kubernetes cluster. Okay, this is the thing we're going to do today. Okay, and let's get started. So this is a repository I'm using this video. So you get this repository link on this video description. Okay, first I'm going to create the namespace. This is a namespace as created successfully. Then I'm going to install argocd. Okay, argocd on my cluster. So argocd is successfully created in my cluster. So let me check by using kubectl and get pod -n namespace argocd. Argocd get what's argu. Sorry, this is the issue. Okay, you see here, you can see everything is running successful. So this is a argocd server, and we need to check service is created or not, because we need to access our argocd server. Get service. Yes, ERVIC service. Here you can see. So this is a argocd server. The argocd server type is cluster IP, so we can't access if the argocd server is cluster IP. So we need to change this type to cluster IP to node port types. Then only we can access on our host machine. So for that, I'm going to use patch command. So what patch command will do, it will change the type of this service. Okay, here you can see it change this cluster type to node port type. So patch is successfully updated. Here you can see the cluster IP is changed node port. So now I can access my argocd application on my local minikube IP. So this is the IP I'm going to use, and this is the port this application is exposing. So let me copy everything. 31553. You see this application is up and running. So username is admin, password. So use this command to fetch the password. So this is the password. You can copy this and paste over and sign in. So this is the argocd application. So now coming to this whiteboard. So argocd is successfully created, successfully installed on my cluster, and now I need to create this Git repository, because in Git repository we are managing the deployment.yml file and service.yml file. So you don't need to worry about these. You get this repository link in this video description. Okay, now I need to configure this repository location on argocd. So for that I'm going to this, I click this settings. So inside the settings there are many options. So I go with this repository, connection repository, and I go with via HTTP. Yes, project name is going to be default, and repository. So this is the repository link, and username is optional and password also optional. So why leave like this? Because this is a public repository. You can also use my repository. Okay, then click connect. Here you see the connection is successfully. Now we need to, now coming to this whiteboard, we are configure this Git as well as we created this argocd, and also we configure Git in this argocd. Now we need to configure cluster, our local cluster on this argocd. Then only if any changes happen in this Git, the changes will be fetched by this argocd. Then this argocd will deploy to cluster. Okay. Now go to this. Here you can see applications. So click new application. Application name is going to be test. Project is default project. Here you see sync policy. What does the sync policy mean? If I push any, if I made any changes, if I do any commit on this repository, this, if here in this argocd policy, if I create automatic, what will happen? Automatically this argocd will fetch this changes. Then the argocd will deploy these changes to the cluster. Okay, if I go with this manual, what will happen? We need to manually sync. Okay, so most of the case everyone go with automatic. So if you, the default time of automatic, every 3 minutes this argocd will check our repository, is there any changes or not. Okay, if argocd found any changes, the argocd will get that changes and deploy it to the cluster. Okay, here there is a two option. One is prone resource, another one is self-healing. I come with this self-healing. What will happen? If you configure this sync policy with this automatic, what will happen? If you do any manual changes on your cluster, this self-healing will remove those changes. For example, so this is my cluster. Okay, I have configured argocd with my cluster. Okay, if any changes happening in this what is called Git, The changes will be fetched by this argocd and applied to my cluster K8s. Okay. Meanwhile, if I do any manual changes on this Kubernetes cluster, for example, if I change a replica size, if I change any deployment changes manually in this cluster, these changes will be deleted by argocd if we choose this self-healing. Okay. And what is this pruned resource? The pruned resource is nothing but it will delete all the resources on your Kubernetes cluster. Okay. So here if I click here, you can see if checked, argocd will deleted resources if they are no longer defined in Git. Okay, it will check the Git like I will give you another example. This is Git. Okay, this is argocd and this is Kubernetes cluster. Okay, if you enable this option pruned resource, what will happen? This argocd will check the resources in Git. Okay, in cluster, if you create any new resource, what will happen if you enable this pruned resource? This argocd will automatically delete that resource which you are created in cluster. Okay, I hope you guys understand this two concept. One is self-healing and another one is a pruned resource. Okay, so I go with this one and repository link. So this is the repository link and the path. I need to provide the path. Path is dot. So why provide this dot? Because here you see, so this is only one folder. This is only one repository. So there is no folder. If there is any folder, you need to provide the folder name. So this is the place where my deployment and service. So that is why I provided this dot. Okay, and destination URL. So here you need to provide your local Kubernetes cluster. If you have a cluster in AWS or Azure, here you need to provide those URLs. And namespace is going to be default. Okay, and yeah, so everything is finished and create. Here you see sync. So this is automatic sync, which means the default sync time is 3 minutes, which means this argocd will automatically check the changes on Git. If any changes there, it will get the changes and deploy it to the Kubernetes cluster. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do some changes on my Kubernetes file. So where is it? Argocd. Sure. Here I'm going to change file replica, and here I'm going to change file replica. Git add commit new git push argocd will check my repository. Now here you can see 2 minutes. All are 2 minutes. Now let's go with this command kubectl get pod. So if you want to create, you see now the processing is happening. Everything is creating new domain, few second and few second. Once 3 second complete, it is automatically reflect the changes from the Git. Okay, here you can see few seconds before this one is created. Let me open. You see here 40 seconds, 40 seconds, 40 seconds. So it is working well. I'm really sorry. So this is all about the argocd, and this video is only for beginners. So I'll see you in another video. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe my channel, and tada bye bye.